People are surprised when I tell them that prison wasn't all stabbings and riots and racial politics. We were all just people locked in a cage, and we did the best we could to adjust. So sometimes we laughed, sometimes we cried, sometimes we fought, sometimes we did all the things that people on the outside do. And there were moments that really filled my heart. Remember one year I had a buddy, he was in the pod with me, and then he got moved to the other side of the yard. And this was a higher level institution, so we couldn't all just mix on the rec yard or mix in the chow hall. The only way I could see him was they had two different sides of the rec yard, and his new pod came out on the other side of the rec yard. So whenever they called rec, which was once a day for an hour, I could go outside and I could talk to him at the fence. I remember one Christmas, we decided to go out there, and we were the only people in the rec yard. It was cold, it was sleeting, it was just a miserable day, but we really liked talking to each other, so we decided to go hang out. So we go out there, and it's supposed to be rec, and they're supposed to do a gate break. So halfway through, they're supposed to open the gate, but since we were the only people out there, they didn't even bother. So we're standing out there, and you only have these cloth coats, so you can't even get anything that's waterproof. And we were just like freezing, just absolutely shivering and miserable and feeling sorry for ourselves. And I can't remember what he said, but he said something that made me laugh. And all of a sudden I realized, this is good. I like where I'm at. I am actually happy right now, despite the conditions, because what it is, I have a friend that I actually care about talking about enough, or talking to enough, that I'm out in this miserable weather. And those were the human moments, the things that made us laugh, the things that we could bond over, the things we could share that made it worthwhile and that made it okay. And again, it was pretty much all the same stuff, just with more knives and stabbings and riots and whatever else. Although again, even those things were a lot more rare than a lot of the TV movies show. So prison was just life. And there were good times and there were bad times. There were hopeless times. There were definitely times I gave up. There were also times where I was filled with hope, where I saw the best of humanity, both in the people that lived there and the people who came to see us.